Namanda, 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 Namanda. Good morning, everyone. Ohayo gozaimasu. I'd like to welcome you all to this graduation service for 2020. We want to acknowledge all of our students who are moving up to the next level, and it's been a very difficult year at school and at the temple, doing things quite differently than we are accustomed to, and everyone had to change and adapt, not only the students but the parents and the teachers as well. It's been a very trying year, so happy to be able to have this graduation service for this year. I'd like to notice that here by the podium we have the Sloth family are still here. They were here last week for our Tsuki service. You remember Dad, Sadie, and Mom and baby, Sho and Tsuki. So they're here from last week, and they're going to go to their next assignment, but it kind of takes them a bit of time to get on their way. So they made it from last week's position to where they are now, and eventually they'll be able to go to their new location where they are assigned. Also here is Graduation Bear. So Graduation Bear is very happy to join us for this graduation service, and he goes to these special services and ceremonies pretty much all over the world. And so we're very fortunate that he was able to schedule the Buddhist Temple of Alameda out of his very busy schedule to be able to join us today. So happy to have Graduation Bear here as well. So for the short graduation service today, we're going to have the reading of the three treasures and then the RaiSonMon. Then I'll go up to the altar, we'll chant Sanbujo and Juseigei, and then a quiet meditation signaled by the gong. So we have been providing the readings and the chants, the different chants, and hopefully you have printed them off at home and you have them, and each service will be a little bit different, but you can pull out the ones that we're going to utilize each service and have them ready for you to use, for you to join us at home and participate in these services. Okay, so we will begin first with the reading of the three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life, now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One, now we hear it. If we do not realize the truth in this life, when will it be realized? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we absorb ourselves in the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves the supreme will. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we be submerged in the depths of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we live in harmony in the great assembly as disciples of Buddha and be freed from all hindrances, becoming units of true accord in the life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriad ages of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teachings. RaiSonMon. Ninjin ukegatashi imasure ni uku. Buppo kikigatashi imasure ni kiku. Konomi konjo ni mukatte dosezumba. Sarani izure no sho ni mukatte kako no mi o dosen. Daishu morotomo ni shishin ni sambo ni kieshi tatematsuru beshi. Mizu kara butsu ni kieshi tatematsuru. Masani negawakuba shujo to tomo ni. Daido taigeste mujoi o okosan. 自ら法に消し立て祭るまさに願わくば主情とともに深く共造に入りて知恵海のごとくならん自らそうに消し立て祭るまさに願わくば主情とともに大衆を通りして一切無下ならん無常人人未明の方は百千万号にも愛をことかたし我今検問し従事することを得たり願わくば如来の真実義を消し立て祭らんナモアミダ仏ナモアミダ仏ナモアミダ仏ナマンダナマンダナマンダSanbujo Juseigei Namanda, 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 Namanda.
世願非死無常道志願不満足成不上昇学過無無量行不異大世主不再小民具成不上昇学過市上分道妙正長実法空教未正門成不上昇学利欲人少年上映修門行四愚無常道一生天人師人力現代語不詳無才道少女三苦名交際集約難会一へ言滅死根門永息小悪道自然全修門高僧上満足異様老実法日願修十期天候不言一種解放像公正六法上大集中説法四識供養一切物無足習得本願念心上満徳一三概要女文無下知自然未不詳感覚へ力投資最小損志願略効果大聖の感動国書天人道珍妙慶ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブ観にしくろく平等性祭頓もないし往生ナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダ Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Good morning once again. Thank you for being here at this graduation service. Very special to be able to acknowledge all of our Dharma School students and all their accomplishments at school. Very recently we had a special Dharma School Zoom gathering and new format for a lot of us, and trying to adapt and adjust to our new restrictions here at the temple. But very nice to be able to see so many of the young ones, their little Zoom pictures showing up on our computer screens, and everyone's comfortable in their own homes and in front of their computer stations. And so it's nice to see so many of the younger ones in their own locations and still participating with each of us, with their staff and some of the parents there as well. Today, for this graduation service, we want to pay particular attention to our high school graduate. And so here at the Buddhist Temple of Alameda, we want to acknowledge Darren. He has been here for many, many years and contributing and participating and helping plan and prepare for the Dharma School classes each Sunday, and doing so much with the junior YBA at the district level, and so many things. A lot of his activities as well at the school were cut short, and no doubt frustrating and a little bit disappointing to have activities that were not able to be fulfilled. And so difficult time for everyone. So many of the students had to sacrifice so much, but we do want to acknowledge Darren and all his accomplishments and all that he has helped here at the temple. It's a special thing to be able to see our students, to be able to juggle and keep that value of how important the temple is, and they are carrying on not only the temple values, but values that have been carried and appreciated by his parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, and it continues. And so this is very special. It's a connecting thing to honor our graduates here at the temple, because it means more than just an individual, but it continues to family members in so many ways. I would like to start today's service with the reading of this Wasan, so please join me in Gassho. What age and what people will not take refuge? If they do not rely on the three treasures, how can the people of this world make straight what is twisted and bent? Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. This is one of Shinran Shonin's Wasans, verses. Hymns in praise of Prince Shotoku. So it's on the Prince Shotoku portion of the book, Collected Works of Shinran Shonin. And here he was mentioning the three treasures and having the three treasures as kind of a guide for us, stabilizing our thoughts and our focus as we move through life, and allowing us to be able to see a little bit more clearly, and as we adapt and adjust to all the things that go on, that we face in life. So today, when I was thinking about Darren, and when I first came, Andrew was here as well, and Darren was the younger, quieter, tag along, and you can imagine him as a little guy. And I was thinking about our own situation. We were at the Idaho Oregon Buddhist Temple in Eastern Oregon, and this is where I met Charmin, and this is where we got married. And so during that time, there was a Mizuta family that was very long-time members, and they had 3 generations that would come to the temple regularly, and Grandma and Grandpa were there, but the parents had 3 young ones, and their son, Keegan, was the youngest one there, and so they were looking forward to us getting married, and they wanted so much to be a part of the wedding and everything. Keegan had 2 older sisters, and so at least two, maybe all 3 of them had not been part of a wedding before, so they were so excited that they were allowed to be a part of the wedding ceremony. And Keegan was so little, it was hard to find a little suit that would fit him and be appropriate for him to be able to participate. And Keegan was maybe 6 years old at the time, maybe even 5 years old, and so parents were trying hard, and Charmin was helping them, trying to find something that might be able to fit Keegan, and the others were a little bit easier and growing up, but he was just a little guy. And this year, Keegan is graduating from high school as well, so same age as Darren. And so at that time, 2009, 11 years ago, he was just a little single-digit guy. And thinking of Keegan, I can think all the more of Darren, when he must have been, what he might have been like when he was little. And not just Darren, but each of us at the temple, we might have someone in mind when we think of someone small that was part of the temple, part of the family or community running around, and there would be older ones, maybe a couple of years older, brothers or sisters or friends at the temple or nearby that they would look up to and kind of learn from. At the same time, there might be a few younger ones that have looked up to Darren, and I can think of our meetings at the district junior YBA meetings, and all of a sudden he was one of the older ones, and there's some younger ones just getting going and started and looking up to the older ones, how they lead, how they talk, how they carry themselves when they go to activities, how they talk to ministers and parents and teachers. And so through this we kind of learn how to behave at the temples and how we carry ourselves. And this goes on and on. We are taught by our siblings and colleagues. We're taught by our Dharma school teachers and people at the temple, and we learn by example and how to be, maybe even cleaning up, bussing at the bazaar, picking up litter, and just doing as much as we can to keep this temple looking nice for our guests that are able to come. So not only as students, but learning our roles as hosts and as guests. And this is a part of what we learned here at the temple as well. So all these things we can see Darren and his brothers and sisters and how they were able to learn and be able to carry these values on to whatever they go on to next, whether it is college years or going on to work and things of this nature. And so it kind of continues, and we are very proud of Darren, and we're very proud of our own people in our families that we've been able to see adapt and adjust and grow as they've been part of this greater community and sangha that we all share together. So particularly when we read this wasan, Shindan Shonin is saying, if we do not rely on the 3 treasures, how can the people of this world make straight what is twisted and bent? And particularly today, we see so many things that do seem twisted and bent away from what we are accustomed to, what we thought was as normal. This pandemic going on and making adjustments here. We see repeated videos of George Floyd being pinned down on the ground, causing his death. And these are such graphic, dramatic things that we are able to see again and again and again. And how do we adjust and adapt to that? So it's hard for all of us. We kind of process this and filter this, and it's no matter how old you are, to be able to see someone to have his death caused, to see a murder on video again and again and again, repeatedly, to see this going on. And how do we view this? How do we
adjust? How do we swallow all of these things? And so in the Wasan, Shinran is encouraging us to look back again and again at the three treasures, things that ground us, the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, and in connection to that, our families, our temples, and our teachings. These all are part of the three treasures that ground our lives, and we continue. We try to process all these things, and we make our adjustments, and we make our awareness as clear as we can. Continue, step forward into our next steps, into life, into the world. So with this, I would like to read the Wasan one more time to conclude the message portion of this service. So please join me in Gassho. What age and what people will not take refuge if they do not rely on the three treasures? How can the people of this world make straight what is twisted and bent? Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Okay, congratulations again, especially to Darren. Congratulations to the Taida family. House is going to be empty. What are you going to do now? So we look forward to continuing our connections with the temple and the Sangha. So please come up and here, and as well at your homes to come up and offer incense or whatever you have, flower petals, rock pebbles, or whatever you have that you've set up at your home altars. Thank you so much for being here, participating in this service today. Thank you.